online haircut.
Welcome back to Avenues Podcast. We're on episode 199, meaning this is the last episode in the hundreds. Thank you. That's all I gotta say. Thank you. And next week we'll be doing the infamous 200, like we discussed. So let's stick to this episode, though. We'll jump right into topics. Do you want to start us off?
Yeah, I'll start us off. So this week, well, actually a week or two ago, the NHL announced that the Arizona Coyotes will be moving to Utah. And it's a big deal. So
This week it was their last game.
Yeah, so it was their last game against the Oilers, which they won. But this is a big deal in the league as Arizona has been there for over 20-something years. And they're being relocated. And so one of the main reasons for this is that they still share an arena with the ASU Sun Devils.
And that's been 2 years now? A year?
Yeah, it's been a long time. So the arena was a big issue there. And then sort of the fan base and the hockey market, is Arizona much of a hockey market? It was kind of still in the fence.
It survived that long, though.
It survived that long, but I think it's starting to decline now, and I don't think there's much of a market there. And just with how the team's going as well, I don't think many people support the Coyotes as much as other sports.
Tickets are cheap.
Like the Diamondbacks and stuff. So, they're relocating to Utah, and I have some information on that here. So I'm going to pull up
Which is actually a cold place.
Yes.
They play hockey there.
Yeah.
I think it's a good move that they chose Utah. But I've never been alive to see a franchise move.
Yeah. We've seen the expansion. We saw Vegas and Seattle, but having Utah as a relocation is probably the first in our time.
Any team, any league.
Yeah, exactly. So here is everything you need to know about the move in Utah. So the owners are so the franchise will be owned and controlled by Smith Entertainment Group, which is led by Ryan and Ashley Smith, and the Smiths actually own the Utah Jazz as well. So the arena that they're going to play in, they own the full arena, so they're re-equipping it with all the seats and all everything to get the hockey operations going, as well as locker rooms. I think they need to add in as well. So that's the owners, and then where will they play? Utah will play its games at the Delta Center in Salt Lake City, starting 2024-2025. And like I said, they own the whole arena, so that's pretty cool. And then the divisions are all going to stay the same. Utah will play in the Central Division just as the Coyotes did, and everything's going to stay the same in that regard. But what's undecided now is the logo, the name, and jerseys, the uniforms, all that stuff. So we still don't know what's going to happen with that. But as for the players in the Coyotes franchise, everything, because it's a relocation, they're just transferring it from city to city. So the Coyotes franchise is transferring its hockey assets, including its full reserve list, roster of players, and draft picks.
They all got to go over to Utah then.
As well as the hockey operations. So, it's going to be very eventful, and I think it's going to be a good move. I mean, I can't even lie, a big fan of the Arizona jerseys. The team was pretty good. They got Clayton Keller.
They didn't finish very well.
They got Cooley, and as much as I don't like him, O'Brien, bit of a goon, but I thought they were a young team with some good talent, but unfortunately things didn't work out in Arizona, so they will be moving. And I don't know, I think it will be an interesting move.
I wonder how many will stay.
Yeah, I don't know, it's a big move for the players, for everyone, for the whole league as well. And we don't really know how they'll do. Seeing as Arizona didn't finish too well, I don't think these guys will do too well, but I think it's going to be exciting, and I think it's going to be it's sort of like a new era of the league now with Vegas, Seattle, and Utah. And in the article, there's an article about it that I read, and Ryan Smith, the guy who owns the team, was saying it wasn't exactly what he wanted. He was in talks with Bettman before, and he kind of wanted he wanted an expansion team because he sort of wanted more control over what would happen and how it's going to take place. But unfortunately, he didn't get that, and he kind of got left with the, transition and the move. But I think overall, I think it's a good move for the league, and I think it will definitely bring in a new market of fans, and I think it will overall just be more entertaining for the people there. So with that being said, we kind of have the basic information, but now we have to decide what the names are and the logo. So there's been some talk about what the names could be. What was that?
That's up to us?
No, well, we're going to go over some of them. So,
okay.
As of right now, there's been a couple concepts going around.
Mm.
So in terms of one of the names, we have the Utah Yetis. So there's some concept art there. I'll throw them on screen. Sort of sticking with that blue and white color scheme.
I like the name. I like the mascot. I like the logo, everything.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. I mean, obviously we saw Vegas's expansion, their logo, all that stuff coming into play. And same with Seattle. And then here's another one here, Salt Lake City Stags. So I mean,
that's not bad actually. They're both good.
They're both good. I think this one it reminds me of
it resembles Arizona's jersey a little.
Yeah, and it has the mountains on the side.
Yeah. And there's actually stags there, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. There's this concept someone called it was just like a funny concept, but it was like the storming Mormons or whatever, because a lot of Utah and Salt Lake City is a bunch of Mormon guys, but
yeah, because that's gonna be on the
yeah.
jersey.
Yeah, like that's gonna get like the actual name. But the other concept names that they came up with that up for trademark were the Utah Blizzard, which I personally don't think is going to happen because we already have the Avalanche in the league.
True.
Too similar. And
yeah, true.
I mean, I like the name, but I just don't think I don't think they'll go with it. The Utah Venom, which I don't know. I don't really see any, I don't see how that relates that much. I mean, it's a cool name, but I just don't think it really fits that much.
Yeah.
The Utah Fury, which is that's all right. Utah HC, I don't know what that would stand for, but these are just trademark
Hockey
names.
club.
Right? Yeah, I guess so. They'll maybe trademark that, and then Utah Hockey Club obviously is another trademark. Yeah, and then they're talking about the Utah Yeti is definitely one of the contenders for name and logo and stuff.
But these are just concept. These aren't.
These are just concept. Yeah, but I think
so. It just comes from nothing.
Yeah, but these are basically these names and logos and stuff are coming off ideas of what they can actually trademark and what they can actually get done.
Yeah.
So out of those names, I would definitely say the Yetis is my favorite, and I think that's the one they would go with for the reasons we kind of stated. But yeah, overall, I think it's going to be a great move, and it's going to be pretty fun to watch. So maybe we go down to Utah or something, do an Avenues road trip down to Utah, and
how many likes?
Watch a game. Well, that's a lot of money, time. I'd say it's got to be 40 likes or something. Because I would go. I would definitely go. It'd be so much fun. But
40 likes, and we'll go down to Utah, and we'll vlog it, and we'll watch the game.
Yeah. So
you guys almost got the Chuck E. Cheese one,
yeah,
but you didn't.
Yeah.
So make it happen.
Yeah. I mean, or don't. I mean, Colin was saying, I was like, dude, it's so close. Should I like it? And he took his like away, so he's kind of cheating here. So
it wouldn't have got it anyway.
Let us know what you guys think about that, about cheating the system.
It's not cheating. It wouldn't have got it regardless.
I mean, how many were we off? 2 likes or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're 2 off.
Guys, don't like the video, please.
Go it. We'll go try it. Colin doesn't want to do it. I mean,
it's old news. It doesn't matter anymore. That's done.
We never really set an expiration date, right? So,
yeah. Okay. Yeah. In 5 years. Okay. Sure.
Yeah. 5 years, we'll come back and we'll go try it.
Okay.
But,
yeah. 40 likes.
Yeah, 40 likes, and we'll go to Utah. So yeah, that was kind of that. So I guess we can move on to your topic.
I'll pull up. This is a quick topic.
All right.
I think you've seen this, but Logan Paul is going to be a dad.
I haven't seen that.
Oh well, now you know. He's going to be a dad. His wife is pregnant. Is it his wife? Yeah, his wife's pregnant. He turned 29 this year, and a few days ago, this week he announced that his wife is pregnant. And the only news that I've seen from it is literally just this post, where she says another Paul coming this fall. And he's got the what is that called again? The
something gram
ultrasound.
Yeah.
And he has his wife in a photo shoot in some spring blossoms. So I honestly I can't see this guy being a dad, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I grew up watching him, but I watched him when I was younger, and doesn't really make content anymore except for the podcast, which is cool, I guess. But like, I don't know. I really don't see him as a father figure, like at all. I just see him as like a goof, motherfucking controversial motherfucker.
Yeah.
I don't know. They don't have like a gender right now. I guess I don't know, but that's like pretty clear. You know, I feel like ultrasounds are getting better and better. Like you look at the quality of that shit, it's like there. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's better than this quality. I bet. I don't know, but. Yeah, that's kind of cool, I guess. Fair enough for him. Congrats. Yeah. 15,000 comments on Instagram is a shitload of comments.
I wonder what the comments say. You want to go press?
It's just like,
interested.
I just saying your dad's Logan Paul. Did you find out who the father is? Jeez.
God damn.
That's rough. Oh, I'm sure you're the father. And just a bunch of congrats and like, who's the dad? And I mean, there's a lot of big names on here like Brittany Atwood, Tana Mojo.
Yeah.
Logan Paul's like second account. What is it? Oh, it's not. Oh, it's like his lookalike. I remember that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, good
Manager
for him.
Jeff. That's his Instagram name. All right.
Good for him. You know, taking the next step of his life. But yeah, it is kind of weird. Like it all happened pretty quick. Like he got married not too long ago, right? I thought.
Less than a year ago, like right under a year.
Yeah, like a year. I mean, I guess that's pretty normal. But the thing is, he wasn't dating her long either. He was dating her for like what?
A few months, I think.
Yeah, months, and then married, and then kid. It's like insane. But I mean, good for him. I mean, maybe he's growing up and stuff. So, 29. I respect it.
Yeah, it's still young.
Yeah, it's still young. Like,
yeah,
definitely.
Most dads have their kids in like their 30s.
Yeah, late 20s, early 30s. I think.
Yeah,
it's pretty normal.
Maybe even 40s.
Yeah,
like if I were to be a dad, I would want my kid in like late 30s, early 40s. I say that now when I'm 18 and I have no wife.
Yeah.
But that's from an 18-year-old perspective. Shout out future me. That's what I'm predicting. Late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah, I would say like for me, probably like early to mid 30s.
Okay,
I'd say. But yeah, that's
early 30s. So
early
you can
30s.
see yourself as a dad 30 years old.
Yeah, or like I'm saying like closer to 30. Yeah, maybe 30s for sure.
Right.
I don't know if I'd want to have a kid later, like 40s. Well, who knows? You never know how it's gonna go. So
yeah, exactly.
I mean,
if I even have a wife.
Yeah, who even knows what's gonna happen? So
maybe I'll have. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
maybe you'll have two. So
two wives.
Yeah.
No.
Convert to Islam and
Okay.
multiple wives.
I hope that doesn't happen. Anyway, okay. Do you have any more?
I have a copper drop, so I guess.
Okay, we'll just go in mine. This happened this week. Have you heard about Porter getting a lifetime ban from the NBA?
I actually did hear about that.
Yes.
Briefly.
So this happened last week where he was accused of betting on himself, and it was all over the news. Obviously, it's a big no-no in the NBA, and pretty much Adam Silver said the worst-case scenario to come out of this situation would be to ban him for life. Mm-hmm. And I guess they found out that what he did was true and that they did, in fact, end up banning him for life. So I guess, yeah. He just joined this season. He played 26 games for the Raptors, and he started in 5 of them. And he was suspended last month on top of that.
What was he suspended for?
I forgot. Anyway, if the Raptors season couldn't get much worse, which was honestly a horrible season, I thought like when they were getting all those new signings, I thought they could make like a play-in spot at least, and I'm like, okay, this could be great. They went on to lose 15 games straight. I gave up on them. I'm like, okay, they're not doing anything this season. It's a waste of a season. So, yeah, this happens, and a once promising player was banned for life on Wednesday. And the league said that he disclosed confidential info to sports bettors and wagered on NBA games. So he's 24. He's the first athlete to be banned for life by a major North American league since single-event sports gambling was legalized in the U.S. in 2018 and in Canada in 2021. So the league added that Mr. Porter had placed at least 13 bets on NBA games using the online betting account for an associate while traveling with the Raptors or their development league team. So between January and March of this year, in one instance, he bet against the Raptors. The team won. The league said Mr. Porter did not play in any of the games he wagered on, which is a bit better, kind of, because you're not betting on yourself.
Yeah.
some people think that you should be able to bet on yourself.
I mean, when you start getting to that, then you can like people purposely throwing for the team. But yeah, that is different. I think as if he was playing like he's betting against his team, but he can't really influence it. He doesn't have the same influence. Like, obviously, the one advantage that he does have is he's got the insider info. He knows how his teammates are going to play. If they're, like, rested, they'll probably sit, right?
He's got an advantage.
He knows the systems, and he definitely has an advantage compared to your average sport bettor, which is obviously why the ban happened. But
because betting is supposed to be fair. Like, everything about gambling is supposed to be fair to an extent.
Yeah, exactly. So. And then, I mean, obviously, it's not always, like, you know, the house should win in like casinos and stuff, but in terms of sports betting, it's a little more. I think there's a little more. I don't know, like freedom, and you can have a better chance of actually hitting your bets and stuff if you know what you're betting on. But yeah, I think in that scenario, obviously it's illegal. But like, my question is like, is he allowed to bet on other NBA games that he's not a part of?
I'm not sure.
Or is that just like
I'm not sure, but obviously he did that, and they didn't like it, so probably not then. But he also bet against the Raptors, meaning that he would have bet for a team to win.
Yeah.
That's not his team.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, that kind of seems a bit...
Well, if they're playing the Raptors, like I said, like he'll know what's going on with the organization, so obviously that. But I think if he's betting on, like, let's say it's like the finals or something, and he's betting on like Utah versus like Milwaukee, right? Something like that. Just like somewhere where he doesn't have any say, any influence. He doesn't really know anything about either team. Like in terms
think that's
of the
pretty
inside
fair.
job, I think that's all right. But again, don't quote me on that. I'm not sure.
Yeah. And so another instance last week, similar to this, former interpreter for the LA Dodgers star Shohei Ohtani was charged with bank fraud after allegedly stealing from the pitcher to pay off millions in sports gambling debts.
I heard about that as well.
So, I mean, this is all just like thrown in the air until it's confirmed. But this was actually been released this week by NBA Communications.
Yeah.
Banned from the NBA for violating league's it says league's gaming rules. Anyway, yeah, it's on Twitter if you want to read more about it. But Jeremy Luke, the president and CEO of Canadian Center, he said it's inevitable that we'll see more of these situations occurring. And I don't know. I mean, given the legalization of single event sport betting in Canada and the volume of gambling and advertising associated with sporting events now, competition manipulation is a real risk to the integrity of sport. It's a risk to the safety of athletes. That's what he said. So I think that's true, but to a certain extent. I mean, you can't really stop anyone from doing it, I guess. You just got to ban them for life, and I guess that's the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, they signed Porter midway through the season in hopes of finally making a real run in the big leagues. He used to be a college star-like athlete. And he had a U.S. contract of U.S. dollar $410,000, and yeah, that's a good amount of money to start your professional league off. Yeah, if things gone well this season, he would have been eligible for $2.1 million U.S. So that's down the drain. Is it really worth it? I would say no.
Not at all.
Yeah. And then allegations surfaced that someone had placed a $80,000 U.S. wager that Porter would make fewer than 3-point baskets during the team's game on the 20th of March against the Kings. He had played less than 3 minutes of the game, missing one field goal attempt, and not even attempting any 3-point shots before putting himself out of the lineup. So, yeah, they go on to talk about the size of the bet, blah, 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 but
yeah.
Again, I don't really think that it's about the money. I think it's the fact that he's betting, which I guess does have to do with money, but not the amount. It's just money in general.
That's the principle, yeah. And trying to profit off your own games and stuff.
Yeah.
Such a bad move. Like, it's definitely in the contracts. Like, when you're signing all these big papers, like, you can't bet on yourself. I mean, that's it's a rule and it's there for a reason. And knowing this full well and breaking the rules, I mean, that's what happens. That's what consequences. But yeah, unfortunate for him. Like, what happens to his career now? Will he go play?
Yeah.
I mean, lifetime ban. Has that ever happened in the NBA? Not.
No.
Right? So.
And the first in North America.
Exactly. So
For a major league.
I think, I mean, what do you do with your career now at this point? I'd probably,
move on.
if I was in his situation, probably go
McDonald's.
on to like some Euro league or something.
Yeah, probably.
Even if they like take him, right? Like I think
I bet
don't
someone
know.
will. I bet
some Euro league will, and he's still a young guy, so he's got all of his career ahead of him. But
Yeah.
with that being said, it's like
It's not
why
a good
would
look.
you? Yeah, why would you make that decision knowing
It's just
full
so not
well-
worth it. You're like an idiot. You look at the facts. Like you're only gonna get more money.
Exactly.
Right? I mean,
The beginning of your career, I mean, a good player too, and just throwing your whole career away when you got like 10, 20 years of your career. Like you just started,
Yeah.
right? So, I mean, who knows what would have happened if he didn't do that, but you
Yeah.
know, it's done. So, what
pretty
do you
crazy. Pretty crazy.
do? Yeah.
Do you have anything else? Copper
Yeah, I guess
drop?
we can do copper drop.
All right,
yeah.
I got a copper drop too, so let's get into that.
All right, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, on basketball actually. Same
Okay.
topic with basketball. Wembanyama's new signature shoe.
Wow. Those are... the caption was ass, so I don't know what that's about. But they look very interesting.
It's dude. It's like have you seen this new logo?
I have, like the alien or something, right?
Yeah, people don't
Something
like
like
it.
that.
I don't think it's that bad, to be honest with you.
I don't know.
Not a
I didn't
fan, but
love it. I didn't think it was amazing, but I think it is going to be one of those logos. I think that's pretty, like, it's different, right?
yeah.
A lot of guys do the initial thing, and it's like, his is just a little more unique,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it kind of fits his. I
But
don't know,
what
the way
the
his
hell
play
is
style.
this?
But the shoes are something else. I mean, I understand, like, making a statement piece your first shoe, but those are, like, I feel like we've never seen anything like it.
Here's my
Like,
hot
just-
take on it. I noticed not just with the shoe. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you see the shoe?
The first thing that comes to my mind when I see the shoe is the Nike runners, like the the ones that like Eliud Kipchoge wore during the marathons, like the big marathon shoes. The soles are this big, and they're like they're like $1,000 shoes. They're super expensive. It reminds me exactly of those, like the runners that I can see if I can pull up a picture, put on screen.
The first thing that I think of when I see this is the word futuristic.
Mhm.
It looks futuristic as hell. And the past few years, this decade in specific, though, it wasn't even like this in 2020, 2022. The PS5 was the first thing I noticed that was like a big, major, everyday thing that looked futuristic. The PS5 looks so futuristic. Nowadays, just this year alone, all the new electric cars with the Subaru, the Toyota, the Hyundai, the Ion 5,
Yeah,
they're all extremely futuristic looking.
yeah.
Like, it's very weird. It looks so futuristic. If you were to tell me, okay, think of like a futuristic car. Like, it looks like something from the movies that you'd see in like a future movie.
Oh yeah,
And
like,
this is one of those. So I don't like any of this new aesthetic, but give it 10 years, everything will probably look like this shit. Like
I mean,
most things. I
yeah.
think.
Touching on your point with like the futuristic thing, have you noticed like all cars are like going for this futuristic look? Like all the electric cars, me and my dad always talked about it, like they're kind of boring. They all look the same. They all got like the one single line in the back, and like even like the indicators and stuff, they're all like cubed, and they try to make them all symmetric and stuff. And like, I mean, even the Cybertruck's a good example of like. But the reason I kind of like it is that he's like Elon's sort of pushing the, he's like, I don't know, he's making the way for the other people, and he's more of like an innovator than
Yeah,
people just
true.
doing the same template. Like you see cars, and it's like the exact same template from like every company pretty much. So I mean, I can admire that they're like trying to switch it up a little bit with the shoes, but I think at some point it's a little too much and it maybe a little too future thinking.
Yeah,
right?
true. How do you put this on? Where are the laces at? Why does it look so stupid? And does it slip on? How does your ankle fit through that?
It looks so big, like you might roll your ankle or
That
something.
bubble thing, I'll put an image on the screen. Looks like the scene from Guardians of the Galaxy 3, where they entered that like planet with like their golden things around. Anyway, I'll put.
You
that
know what
up.
it looks like to me? It looks like the B movie when he's like in his
Yeah.
house or whatever. That's what it looks like to me inside the bubble. But
Yeah, true.
speaking of the shoe,
Drop.
Oh yeah, I forgot my copper drop. I'd say drop. I'm
Yeah.
on this one as well.
Screw this.
Yeah, screw it.
Oh, what the
Um,
fuck?
But yeah, what it reminds me of
It
is
just
here, I'll
disappeared.
show
It just
Colin here.
disappeared. Look, it's gone. Oh, it's right there.
back.
Okay.
It reminds me of the
Mm.
Nike Air Zoom Alpha Fly. So this is the one. These are the shoes. They're on screen now. That's what Eliud Kipchoge wore in his like sub-hour marathon or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the
I
same
see
sort of
it.
thing. Like you kind of see what I mean with like the sole at the bottom.
I do.
pretty interesting. I think these look cooler though, in my opinion. I think they're better than
than Wemby's.
The Wemby's, yeah, but definitely interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna have to say drop on those ones.
Drop for days.
So yeah.
All right.
Moving on to my copper drop. It's a little different. We got a car this time. It is the Tomicara ZZ. And it's the only Japanese Lotus Elise. So here it is. It's
looks very Japanese.
It's got like a Nissan engine, I think, in it.
Okay.
And it's like a Lotus body, I'm pretty sure.
What does it look like from the back?
I don't even think there's a picture of the back. There's a video, but I'm not gonna watch it. Here we go. Here's the slides. Is it gonna work?
Click on the.
There we go. Here.
Okay.
The side view.
Swipe. Yeah.
There you got the back view, kind of. And
It looks like an R8 on.
keeps
Oh no,
going.
it kind of looks like a.
it reminds me of an Alpha, like Alfa Romeo kind of thing.
Not an R8. Never mind. The side looks like an R8 though.
Yeah, it's like boxy and stuff.
don't
That's
know.
a weird angle there. I don't know if I like that. But
It just cuts off like the roof. It kind of looks like a tow truck that's like been lowered.
flatbed, yeah.
Kind of.
That's a better
It's
angle.
like kind of cool, but like kind of weird at the same time. Yo, my bad. I'm gonna say drop. It's just different. Nothing like
Bucket seats.
bad necessarily, but it's just not my ideal
style, yeah.
So I'll say drop, like a subtle drop though.
Yeah.
Not like a drop, how I did with Wemby.
Yeah, exactly. I'd say cop on this. I think it's definitely interesting. It's not something you see every day kind of thing. But I think it is pretty sick. I would probably switch the rims out though.
Yeah.
Put like a metallic rim on it. I don't know if I like it's a sort of like bronze
It doesn't really
rim.
match.
Yeah, it just kind of doesn't fit in. But yeah, I'd say cop on this one. I think it's pretty cool. It kind of, the front kind of reminds me of like a Porsche 911 sort of thing.
I see that.
But then the back is like completely different, right?
Yeah.
So
It's got like a mixture of all these different cars.
Exactly. So pretty interesting, but yeah, I'd say cop on this one.
All right. Okay.
But
Was
yeah,
that
that's kind of it? Yeah.
All right. Well, to sign us out here, a little quick preview for 200. Right. Thank you for sticking with us for 199. Next, by the time you see this is Sunday. On, I don't want to do the math. It's a Sunday, sometime in April, and 200 will be out on Saturday. Will be out. It will be out on Saturday instead of Sunday, but it'll be live. So if you guys want to check that out, if you want to tune in to us live, I'm going to put up a date right here. April 27th, 2024, we're going to be doing the first ever live stream with Avenues Podcast. We're going to be reacting some of your guys' sent in videos. We'll be doing calls with people, reactions, some funny stuff, maybe a skit. We'll leave the rest to your imagination, but that's going to be this Saturday, April 27th. Be there on YouTube and Instagram. We'll be streaming. It's going to be a lot of fun. Come hang out, celebrate with us. And, thanks, guys, for everything so far. And I can't wait for Saturday. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah.
I was telling Justin this could be one of our most creative projects yet if we pulled this off. So thank you. And I can't wait to see you on Saturday.
Yeah.
Anything from you?
Pretty much it. Like Colin said, this could be one of our best produced videos, VODs, streams, whatever you want to call it, of all time. So definitely go check it out. We'll be posting some stuff on the Instagram, so stay tuned for that. And I guess...
See you later. Peace.